your active participation in the last session. So shall we start with a warm-up question to our participants? I would like to know this morning how much energy you have in this morning. How much energy you have? Okay, if we put 10 as the highest score and 0 is the lowest, please type in the chat box to show me how much energy you have for the last day of the orientation. So for me, I have about 15. So I put here. Oh wow! Some put 7, 12. Abigail, I am higher than you. SEAMEO said 100. And how about the others? May I see the representative from Myanmar, Thailand, and also Laos PDR and Indonesia? Okay, Ommi said that too. Why is it? Because of what? Raining hard in your country? 5, Cambodia. Lao PDR, Kun Bunlu, thank you so much. You have 50. That's over than me and Abigail. And SEAMEO said, okay. So Kun Leung, Lachi, 10. All right, how about the other participants? How about the participant from Lilac University? How much energy you have today? Please share with us. How about Kun Libby? Do you have any energy today? And Kun Art, do you have any energy? All right, okay, 85, Libby, 20, Libby. All right, Kun Art, 85, thank you. Kun John, 100, thank you, Kun John. Nice to see you in this morning. Okay, thank you so much. Right, I would like to see the participant from Thailand. Indonesia, 100. Los Diana, thank you so much. And we have Thailand. Kun Tunwarat, thank you so much. Put a heart to us. And we also have Miss C from Indonesia, 100. Thank you. Wow, meaning that everybody have very full energy for the last day orientation. So may I welcome our participant again with a quick recap about day 2 orientation. And yesterday, the orientation was participated by 45 participants from the 5 countries, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos PDR, Myanmar, and Thailand. And at the workshop, we learned 5 different terms, but each has some interconnected. And some of them may say that these 5 different terms, they are too close to each other and they are very confusing. But anyway, at the end, we understand them that, we don't need to be confused because each of them have interconnected to each other. So the 5 terms that we learned from yesterday are values, mindset, attitude, actions, and habits. And Miss Abigail also present about the 5 research steps. And we would like to underline that step reach should be integrated from the beginning step of the research process. So starting from the lesson mapping, and we know as the curriculum design, lesson planning, teaching and learning, data gathering, and reflection and feedback. And the next point for this research study, we would like to encourage teachers to conduct the research with 2 groups of students. The first group, student research group, which the lesson activity should be integrated in step-rich lesson. And the second group, as well as the normal research process that we call the student control group, which you teach them as a normal or you provide them with a regular lesson. This is to see the comparable results of the research group and control group so that we can know that the infusion of SEP into the lesson activities can create the positive impact to our learners. Therefore, the pre-test and post-test are important for both groups. From the presentation of the invited teachers, Mr. Darrell from the Philippines and Ms. Sasi from Thailand, they have explained very well how to create step-rich lesson mapping by integrating moderation, which I put the meaning, in the bracket behind moderation, which is balance, prudence, careful and wise, and reasonableness, being fair and logical in the lesson map and lesson plans. And at the end of the yesterday orientation, Miss Abigail also present the lesson, the resource materials on SEP and research guide that you can find from the Google Classroom and Google Drive. And I believe that today Abigail will continue more on the resources and the step and also the next action after this orientation. So the session of today will highlight more in depth into the infusing SEP values and mindset in lesson plans. So the activities today will include the happy photo session, of course, at the beginning of the session, and then followed by the pre-session activity, workshop about how to do lesson mapping and lesson planning. So now you will know how to do it, so you can learn from Mr. Darrell and Miss Sasi yesterday, and today it's your turn to do by yourself. And at the end, we'll be briefing about the research tools and pointer, and including announcement of the next step by Abigail. So we hope that the session today will end at about 12 o'clock. So let's move to the most happy session, which is the photo session. So may I request our participant to open the camera? Let me check. Anyone still close the camera? Okay ค่ะ อาจารย์วลัยกลักษ์ค่ะ May I invite you also to open the camera? Thank you very much. So Cambodia, now let me check the second page. Thailand อาจารย์วรรณลักษณ์ค่ะ Thailand อาจารย์วัชรีค่ะ Thailand อาจารย์ปันธิลา Please open the camera. And also Walayalak staff, you can join us by open the camera as well, because we want to have this the best moment, the best photo session from all 3 days. So you need to think about it. You need to keep big smile, okay? And let me check for the other participant. อาจารย์วรรณลักษณ์ อาจารย์ณภัทร would you mind to open the camera? And อาจารย์วัชรี from Walayalak University. Sorry อาจารย์อัจฉรีค่ะ from Walayalak University. อาจารย์พันธิรา from Thailand. Eddie, would you mind to open your camera? Miss Papa, I'm not sure male or female. And also Seng Sopi, the school principal Seng Sopi, would you mind to open the camera? Okay, let me check the second page. So I hope everybody be ready. Alright, that's beautiful ค่ะ And อาจารย์กฤษณาเดชค่ะ Okay, already there, the photos. Right, okay. So I have, okay ค่ะ Thank you ค่ะ อาจารย์วรรณลักษณ์ for open the camera. And อาจารย์อัจฉรีค่ะ Would you mind to open the camera? อาจารย์ณภัทร อาจารย์พันธิรา Okay, let's. Alright, okay, without further ado, so we will take the best photo for 2 shots. The first shot is the formal photo. So you don't need to do anything, just make sure that you are in the middle of the camera, in the frame. You can see yourself, right, everybody? Alright, keep smiling. So we will take for 3 shots for the formal photo. The first shot, on my count. 1, 2, 3. Please look at the camera and smile. And the second shot. 1, 2, 3. Please look in the camera and smile. And the last shot for the formal photo. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. And now, shall we have the freestyle photo for 3 shots? Okay, so I don't know, I'm not sure what should I do. Alright, everybody can copy me or you can have your own pose. Alright, okay, let me check. Everybody have your very, very innovative pose or not? Okay, wow, that's nice, standard. Alright, okay. So, on my count for the first shot, don't forget to smile. 1, 2, 3. Alright, the second shot. 1, 2, 3. And the last shot. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much for your active participation in this morning. And I hope that for the participant who had 5 or 2 or 3 energy, so it can be build you up to have over than 10 energy. Thank you so much. So without further ado, may we start the orientation session by the warm-up pre-session activities. Right, so I would like to invite Miss Atisha to conduct the activity. Or her nickname is Kun Art, you can call Art. So Kun Art, could you please on the virtual stage? Thank you so much. Okay, Kun Art, could you please on the virtual stage?
Okay, thank you very much for Kun Priyafa for your very beautiful introduction of me. So I hope everyone had a very good start today. Okay, let's see. Have a very good morning to everyone. Did you see your something already appear on your screen or not?
Yeah, we see.
Okay, you see me, okay. Just so how are you today?
Yes, I'm good.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
And you?
Very good.
Yeah.
So just have a, so waiting for just the slides to come up. Okay, so, okay, it's already on the screen. So everyone, just think about if you see these kind of thing for the warm-up session, what is your first imagination? I won't explain anything to you. It's just give you guys a very few minutes to think about if you see this photo on the screen or just something come up to your mind. What you think, how you perceive the information, and anyone might guess what will be next. Okay, you can put on the chat box or you can, well, raise your voice and let me know. See, this is the one. Okay, we can come back to our normal activities as the warm-up session. So you can use your mobile or you can scan from the chat box. It already appears on the chat box. You might see our IT technical people already posted on the chat box for you to download again. And you always have 2 ways to communicate with me as usual. One is on the screen, or secondly, type on your meeting chats. Wow, I already have one reply, only one response. Be careful. Wow, it's interesting. Be careful of what? Happy, be careful. You annoy, bad news. Five response, 6 response. I'm seeing in the chat box, careful. Unhappy. Unhealthy, harm, so bad. And I have a lot of thumb ups now. fake news, bad news. Wow, interesting. I'm waiting for a couple more voting. Oh, to me, it's exciting and curiosity face. Terrible. That's only 14 responses. Just use your imagination, please. Let's imagine what if you perceive this one as a first thing in the morning, of course. What are you going to react to these two photos actually? Be careful with the news. Worried. Searching. Well, I like this one, searching. 90 responses. Again, it's not right or wrong answer. Just your first impression of these photos or the image. Wow, what is, so bad. News so bad for social. Be careful with the news. News so bad, bad news. Just smile. Wow, very interesting. Yeah, I'm also smile when I saw this one. 26 responses. So I think it should be okay for the first slides. So at least we can see a lot of wordings come to our mind, like be careful, so bad, terrible, worried, just smile, unhealthy, annoying, searching, bad news. Okay. So would you like to see the next one? So the next question will be, what action can you take to deal with these issues or the concern that you already have shared with us? The action, what can you take to deal with these issues? Once you see the first thing that delete. Wow, interesting. So delete what? The fake news or the photos? Report. Read carefully, block. Don't go viral. Do not use. Read in details. Verify. Ignore it. Check the sources. Spam it. Not interested. Don't share. Report these issues to whom? Don't read and delete. not interest. Find the truth from others. Do not use. Don't read carefully, don't share. Check the source. Prudence. Wow, interesting. Someone already put the prudence on the screen. Rearrange. Let it shout. Would you mind have, I would like to have another one or two. So we can have 24 as equal for the first slide. Verify. Block. Read carefully, edit charts, ignore, check the source. Carefully, not sharing. Okay, I think that should be all right. I can see that everyone already participate in. All right, so shall we go for the next one? The question number 3. Question number 2 is the action. Question number 3, why is it important to take that action? Okay, that might have to think a little bit about what your answer from the question number 2. Why or how are we going to deal with that? Your answer from previous questions. Remember that this is not right or wrong. It's just like scenario that just make ourselves think a little bit. To live well with others, to minimize fake news, balance, ensure info to reduce fake news. That may impact for us. It's quite interesting to ensure balance in info that may to reduce fake news, to minimize fake news. Fake news is harmful. You think so? Ensure its accuracy. Yes. To be safe in society. To help the victims. affect mood. Of course, affect our mood. Bad things. Affect the balance of life. I think it's of life, right? Be safe in society, economic and society. Stop forwarding. Make a safe our society to live well with others. Bad things to minimize risk. Different modes. Stop forwarding to help us and that we can take care, make a safe our society. It's the prudence of for life. I think the word prudent might come from the same person or different persons from the question number 2. To help it, it's a prudence for life, relation with values, for healthy mind. Okay, now we got 28 responses, that's great. Make sure to have the victims it's better that we can take care. All right. What I think should be a good for the pre-session activities. Let me share with you. This is one of the scenario that we would like to show you about. This is in our daily life, how it reflect to our SEP's values because of, I'm very happy that I can see one of the words prudence. For this situation, prudent is very the key word because if you remember from our SEP's director presentation from the day 1, we always focus on the 3 keywords for SEP mindset, which is moderation, of course, prudence, which is being used several times in these slides, which is prudence is being careful and wise in the choices we make, which is that what we would like you to integrate to your lesson plan and lesson map as well. And also don't forget reasonableness, which is being fair and logical in our thinking and action. That's another thing that we would like you to focus when we do the lesson plan and lesson map, which is that we're looking for the to form or to be achieved through your teaching and learning, which is the impact is our students, to build their attitude, values and mindset for them. Once we already taught and finished our lessons or our subject course. Well, I would like to thank you very much for your kind participation in my session. And hopefully I already warm you up for these activities, which is going to be from the day 3. And I'll look forward to see you again later of this morning. Thank you very much for your participation. คุณตุ๊กค่ะ
Okay, thank you very much, Kun Art, for the interactive session. So, and about your explanation, how we can integrate SEP elements, which are 3 elements that I would like everybody to keep in mind: moderation, prudence, and reasonableness in our daily life and challenges. So thank you so much for the explanation how we can apply SEPs in our life. So for the next session, it will be the lesson mapping. And the lesson mapping, or you may know very well in another term that Abigail already briefed you yesterday, that curriculum design. Okay, so I believe that all of you are very familiar with the curriculum design process. Right. So thanks to Miss Abigail who assigned me to facilitate this activity. Right, so I will be the facilitator and be with you to develop the lesson mapping. So I understand that all teachers have already received the template of the lesson mapping since yesterday, right? Everybody, right? So you already received the template. Okay, and I hope that some of you have started doing it already. Is that true or not? And may I know if anyone has done some lesson mapping? No need to be finished, even like a little bit, even like you open the file and take a look. Okay, if you have done some a little bit already, please send me heart emoji. Heart emoji, I try to find the heart emoji. Or even like, okay, I send it. All right, if anyone in this group, in this class, already done something about the lesson mapping, please send me something, the heart, especially heart, anything about heart. Thank you so much, Ka Ajahn Patila from Thailand. So I hope that you have done something about it already. How about the, Kun Phon Ka, thank you so much from Cambodia. And Ajahn Nopatsorn also, thank you. And how about the participant from Indonesia? Okay, any more hearts? Any more hearts? I'm looking forward to receiving hearts from you. Let me check. If anyone's typed the heart, you can send heart in the by using the icon. Okay, thank you, Ka Ajahn Pimchai. And Cambodia also. Okay, great. Thank you so much for your active learning. So I'm using the term active learning. And if you have not done anything, okay, you will not be punished. If you have not done anything, you will not be punished. But I would like you to send me the wording, not yet, in the chat box. Not yet in the chat box. If you have not done anything yet, not yet in the chat box. No one will type in the chat box. Okay, I have not done anything too, so I put here, not yet, Ka Priyapa, not yet done anything. Okay, thank you so much, Kun Darika, for being honest. This is a part of the SEP value. Not yet. Thank you so much, Kun Sawan from Cambodia, Kun Ommi from, I guess, from Cambodia as well. Okay, so not a problem. We will learn together how to do the lesson map. And then I will give time for you to think about your own lesson map. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being honest to us. Thank you. Wow, meaning that everybody have set values in your mind already. So may I note that the lesson mapping is very important to all teachers, that we will require all teachers to do one person, one lesson plan. It will be a research plan that you will conduct with your student for 15 hours. So may I repeat again? This is the lesson map or lesson curriculum design for 15 hours. And one teacher, one lesson map or one plan, okay? So for this session, we would like our teacher to prepare your lesson map by using the simple template, which we will send to you, which we already sent to you yesterday. And I will explain to you later how to complete the form. Okay? So you may need to discuss with your colleague to share the ideas on what subject and what topic that you would like to apply SEP in the lesson map And then you will be given about 20 minutes or less or more to finish the first draft lesson mapping. Once it is done, please upload on the Google Drive or send an email with the file name to us later on. Okay, so we will invite the teachers to share the lesson plan at the end of the session. All right, so everybody, I think that everybody, this is the simple process that it is very understandable. And to complete the lesson map template, you may need to answer the following guiding questions. So may I ask the slide to be changed to the next slide? Okay, so the guiding questions that our team already sent in the chat box are simple 7 guiding questions that I think that as a teacher, these questions are very familiar to me when you want to do the curriculum design or curriculum plan. The first question, what is my current teaching and teaching plan for June and July? Second, in which subject will I incorporate SEP-rich lessons? So as I mentioned earlier, you may need to discuss with your colleagues who are joining in the same program on what subject and what topic you will decide for this activity. And the third question, which class will be designated as my research study? So if you are teaching the student in grade, for example, 9, 10, and 11, you may think that which class should be appropriate for this? Maybe class 11 because they don't have the exam at the moment. Okay, so you can address to the student group of grade 11. And the next question, which class will serve as my control group that will not receive SEP-rich lesson? This is very important. So I suggest that if you have like teaching grade 11, class A and class B, if you want to include class A for the SEP-rich lesson, you may decide, or maybe class B can be the control group. The next question, what is my time frame for implementing this plan within June and July? All right, please keep in mind June and July, and maybe Abigail will be a little bit flexible that maybe it can reach to August. And how many weeks will be required for this research study? Please keep in mind that this research study will cover only 15 hours. So you may need to think about the time frame and make sure that 15 hours should be included in your duration. And the last question, how many lesson plans do I need to prepare for the 15-hour research study? Right. So in each topic, you will need to have lesson plan for each lesson that what you want to teach about the student. So this is the guide questions, right? Very simple that I think that is all of you already familiar with the guide questions already. And now may I move to the template that we sent to you last night. Okay, this is a very simple template that we have on the top of the template is about the subject and about yourself. Okay, I call the teacher profile and subject profile, which is you need to complete with your name and school name, country, subject, grade level of the student that you will be select, and number of the student, how many in the class. And then the last part of the template, you will see like a table, which is including the information such as like lesson type. Like for example, what would you like to teach them that you want to select for this program? Objective could be the topic that you want to teach them. Key concept, right? SEP elements and value fusion. Values in fields. Because we have learned that there are 3 elements, prudence, moderation, and reasonableness. So what element you want to integrate into the topic that you want to teach your student? And the next one is about the activities. How you're gonna teach them? By game, by lecture, by song, by activity, you can put in that activities. And assessment, don't forget about that pre-test and post-test. And the last one, number of hours, as I keep mentioning to you, 15 hours in total that we need. Please make sure that your starting and ending dates will cover 15 hours for your lessons. All right, to have a better understanding about this, may I share with you the lesson mapping that Mr. Darrell and Ms. Sasi shared with us yesterday. Okay, our team already sent the example in this in the chat box as well. And you see that Mr. Darrell, this is the example of the Mr. Darrell. So he starts with the objective. This is the subject biology. And lesson topic is about the heart attack. And you see that he's put the objective of like describe the structure and function of cardiovascular system. And the key concept is about the cardiovascular structure and function. And then he also include the SEP elements. So I would like to highlight here that actually Darrell tried to integrate 3 elements into the lesson map, including the moderation, reasonableness, and prudence. And he also relate each element into lesson activities. All right, you can see that moderation, this helps students to lead a healthy lifestyle and balanced life and protect their heart. Right, so he tried to explain why moderation is important into his lesson map. And then the next part is about strategy activity. So he will teach by using animated film, and they also will have like feeling one's heart measurement, check the heart rate. And also they will have like ask the student to do some imagination like sketching the heart and the object, that could harm the heart. So that is the part of the activities that he wants to provide to the student. And assessments as like Quiz-B, Q&A, recitation, and also reflection. And he decided that this topic can be taught by 1 hour. Okay, so let's go to the next sample. Do we have another sample? Okay, sorry that we have only 1 sample. All right, so I hope that everybody have the better picture how to do the lesson map right now. So may I ask that if anyone have any question for this activity, okay, please type in the chat box or you can raise your hand. Anyone has the question, want to clarify about the process? We will give time to you about 20, I think that 15 minutes, nah? Abigail, 15 minutes, okay? Okay. So Abigail remind you to the next slide. May I repeat you again about the meaning of SEP elements? Okay, so we will try to highlight this one again and again until you can memorize it. First, moderation, balance, prudence, careful and wise, and reasonableness, being fair and logical. All right, our team already sent the meaning of each term in the chat box already, so you can fully download from the chat box. Okay, before I leave time for you to do your own lesson map, may I know if anyone has any problem or issues that you would like to clarify with us? Okay, if you fully understand what I explained, please give something to me so I will understand that you are okay with me, okay or not. So if my explanation is clear, can you please type something in the chat box so I can leave you to do your lesson map. Okay, from Thailand, thank you. From Indonesia, I would like to hear something from Indonesia today. I have not heard anything much from you. Cambodia, okay, thank you ka. Cambodia, okay. Okay. How about the others? Do you have participants from Myanmar today? Okay, so participant from Myanmar, please. Are you okay with this activity? Okay, since I have about Let me check how long I can give it to you to try your lesson map. So may I give time to you for 10 minutes, Abigail? Is it okay? 15 minutes. Okay, Abigail said that 15 minutes starting from now on. So I will leave it to you to do your lesson map. And then at the end of 15 minutes, I would like to check that which one already done some. You don't need to complete the whole topic of your plan. Only some activities or some topic could be okay. All right. So I would like to give time to you to think about your own lesson map, starting 15 minutes, and then I will be back to check if you have done something and to select the volunteer who would like to share your lesson map. Thank you. So น้องเอ๋ยคะ could you please go to the guiding question on the slide? Guiding question, yeah. And if anyone has the problem, during the lesson map, you can type the question in the chat box here, and we will help you to address the question. Okay, now you have another 5 minutes. All right, so if you have designed any subject or topic, you can share with us in the chat box so that we can learn that how you're gonna identify the subject for your lesson map. And thank you to Miss Siu Siu O from Myanmar that she shared that she decided to teach the environmental geography by using set elements. Thank you so much for sharing with us. All right, now you have about 4 minutes. Okay, you have another 2 minutes. Don't need to be worried if you cannot finish, only if you can start some thinking. What the subject and what is your plan that you would like to do for your lesson map. You can put whatever information you think you can at this moment as for the draft lesson map. Okay, don't need to be completed. So you will have another, I give you 2 minutes, 2 more minutes. Okay, you will have another 1 more minute. Okay, I think time's up, and may I call everyone attention back to the session. So, may I know if anyone has done something, the lesson map, and you are ready to share our participants? Okay, if anyone's ready to share the lesson map to the other participant, may you please raise your hand. Raise your hand. How about teacher from Myanmar? You have shared with us the topic that you would like to include in the lesson map. Miss King Kinle, you saying that you want to teach the electronic structure of atoms and formation of compounds science subject. Anyone is ready to share your lesson map? Doesn't need to be completed, can be like, even some ideas in the lesson map like objective and topics, also activities and the set elements that you want to infuse in your lesson activity. And teacher from Thailand, I knew that some of you already done some lesson map already, because from the beginning you mentioned that you have done a little bit already. So may I ask if you are ready to share with us? Ajahn Pantira, and also from Cambodia, Kun Phon, and also from Thailand, Ajahn Napasson, Ajahn Pimjai. Are you ready to share lesson map to our participants? And we also have some message from the from Myanmar that you would like to teach grade 9 mathematics subject. Okay ค่ะ teacher from Thailand. So อาจารย์ไทยค่ะ are you ready if you would like to share the lesson map to our participants? May you please unmute yourself if you are ready. How about I would like to invite อาจารย์พันธิลาค่ะ อาจารย์พันธิลา from Thailand, from the school, from the วิทยาคม school, from เถิงวิทยาคม school. อาจารย์พันธิลาค่ะ are you okay to unmute yourself and share with us what subject, what topic that you want to include in your lesson map?
Just a moment, please.
Okay ค่ะ or maybe อาจารย์ณภัทรไหมคะ Okay, seems that participants want to have more times to complete some part of the lesson map. How about Indonesia? Rosdina, are you okay? Are you ready to share with us what subject that you would like to design for the lesson map? Rosdina, you can unmute yourself, please. Okay, it's a echo, right? Okay, so Rosdina, are you okay for the sharing? So we will share the lesson map on the screen, your lesson map on the screen. Okay, Rosdina, would you like to explain to our participants?
Yes.
Yes, go on, please.
Hello, madam.
Hello, I think that in your room maybe the others also open another device. So maybe can you move the microphone closer to your
Can you?
yeah, we can hear your lot.
Thank you.
Yes,
I
please
will
go on.
present my learn. My name Rosdiana. School SMP N3 Makassar, country Indonesia. Subject area science, grade level 7, number of students 46. My lesson map, I choose energy conservation. Objective, understand the concept of energy conservation in everyday life. Key concept, there are two, energy and conservation. Shape element or value influence, maintain the sustainability of natural resource in the form of energy source through politic for selecting technology and utilizing energy efficiently, rationally, and wisely to realize the ability to provide energy, use energy efficiently and efficiently and conserve conserve resources. Strategy in the learning, I will discover learning. Assessment, worksheet, and summative assessment. Number of hours, 15 hours. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the first person who would like to present. And may I summarize that you would like to infuse moderation and prudence in energy use. Is that right? That's great. And to give the comments or reflections, may I invite Kundriya ka? Kundriya ka, our Center Director of SEAMEO, would you mind to unmute yourself and provide the inputs to Ms. Rosdina?
Thank you, Ms. Rosdiana, for your presenting on your lesson map. Well, I don't know if you would like to start. I mean, when would you like to start your lesson map? and I think you missed some information, but the topic is quite relevant and very interesting one. I think that you have to spell out more on the values and infused in the on the SEP elements in your lesson map. I know that you don't have much time. You didn't have much time to prepare this, but when you work on it, you have to spell out more on this, and as well as the strategies and activities. For the I understand that you want to highlight on discovery learning. Is it the same as problem-based learning or things like that? I think you have to elaborate more on this. And for the assessment, perhaps you might include some other approach, like you have only worksheet. Oh, you have summative assessment. I guess this is a Bahasa. Okay. And I think that's all for me. So you have to work out more on the how to infuse or how to integrate the element of SEP. I know that within this time, this is quite impressive for you to present to finish everything. So this is all from me.
Thank you very much. And Dr. Malika, if you are with us, may I invite you to give the comment on the Miss Rosdina lesson map? อาจารย์จินตนีคะ Are you here with us? Do you have any additional inputs to give to Miss Rosdina? Okay, if I think อาจารย์กฤษณาเดชคะ Do you have any comments? Okay, so meaning that your lesson map very perfect. All right, okay, just only few parts about the clarification on SEP elements that you want to infuse into the lesson activities, and also about the time frame. 15 hours, when is the period that you want to include in your study? All right, may I ask for the next presentation? Okay, how about Thailand? อาจารย์ณภัทรคะ อาจารย์ณภัทร are you here? Are you ready to share your lesson map? Any teacher from Thailand would like to share, or any teacher from Cambodia, from Myanmar? Okay, you can please raise your hand or type in the chat box that you would like to share with us. Who else would like to share with us? May I call from Thailand? Thailand. Okay, ka. Any Thai teachers who would like to share the lesson map to us?
Miss Pantira just raised her hand. Miss Pantira from Thailand.
อาจารย์พันธิลาคะ so please you can share the lesson map on the screen by yourself if you like to. Okay, and I see the person from Myanmar also raised the hand. All right, okay, maybe I would allow. Okay, อาจารย์พันธิลาคะ
Good morning. Hi, Professor. Just a moment. 5 minutes.
Oh, you want for 5 minutes?
Okay, 5 minutes. Sorry.
Okay, so Myanmar, you would like to have more 5 minutes. And how about Thailand? Okay, so sorry that Thailand want to have more 5 minutes. And how about we would like Myanmar first? Okay, Miss would you like to present your lesson map, please? Unmute yourself. Miss from Myanmar, please unmute yourself. Please go on for the presentation, Miss from Myanmar.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
May I request for being late to attend this course? It's the time to reopen in our school, Myanmar. And generally speaking, I have just learning how to use a computer, and I can find a little difficulty. And may I request you, may I present my lesson map orally, please? Thank you very
Yes,
much.
please. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'd like to present as my lesson map about the topic is educational environmental education. The topic is environmental education, and the learning objectives. The learning objectives are to cultivate well-educated persons in our country, and to be able to know how education is important in our human society. It's relevant to the topic.
Please
And
go.
in our country, I like to present as my objective is how important education is, and how to learn education in every field of study. And then, and as SCP elements infused is a key concept. Key concept is where educate person and how to improve and how to try in educational processes. And next, sub element is I like to learn. I like to teach my students how to approach to get a good education, and how to learn it properly. And next, in our country, formal education and informal education, and I'd like to present about this. Environmental education means there are many environmental education in our country, and the most to learn is formal and informal. Informal education is a monastery education, and most of the children in our country can afford to learn education well, and there are many problems. And so we all have to encourage how to approach and how to learn to get a good education. And assessment is I'd like to measure and check up to our students as worksheet and in classroom activities, and they come to know how to try and how to apply their knowledge in every field of study. And in our country, most of the students are active learning, and some are not. But however they may be, we all have to effort and teach to learn, to participate actively to our teaching learning process. And we are trying. As for me, I have very happy to attend this course, and I will send and report my lesson map later. Sorry for sending a lesson map immediately at once in time, and thank you very much for understanding to me. And I will try my students and to apply and study sufficiency, economy, philosophy, and to be able to know how they are very important in our daily life or social life, and I also want to apply them beneficially. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Oma from Myanmar, for sharing the lesson map to us. And may I invite Kundriya again for the inputs.
Thank you very much for your presentation. And I appreciate it very much, even though you cannot upload your lesson mapping. And you're trying to work with us, and you are with us. Of course, environmental education is very important. And I think that for the key elements that you would like to integrate in your lesson plan or lesson map is that the knowledge. So I think this is one of the key key concept of SEP. So you may elaborate more when you work on your lesson plan on how you would like to integrate or try hard to encourage your students to be well educated and also virtues. I think these are two concepts that you would like to work on in your lesson map. As for the I'm not quite clear on the assessment. Perhaps I didn't follow when you present. But from this, I think that for the assessment, you might be able to use the observation and worksheet and some quiz from your student. So thank you very much for your sharing. And oh, one more thing. You talk a lot about formal and non-formal education and informal as well. So not sure if you would like to work on your lesson plan in the non-formal and informal education as well. So when you work on, make it clear on which type of education. I mean, that's interesting if you want to work with the non-formal and informal education as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kundriya and Ms. Oma from Myanmar. Thank you so much for sharing. So for the next country, may I invite Thailand? Any school that you are ready for sharing with us? Benjamin Langsalit 2 School, and also Thern Vithayakom School or Sti Ang Thong School. So since Thern Vithayakom School have already shared with us that you have done or have a look the template since last night, may I invite Ajahn Nophasorn from Thern Vithayakom School to share with us. Ajahn ka, please go on.
Okay. Good
Okay,
morning, Professor and everyone.
Good morning ka, please go on.
Okay. My name is Sarapon Awus. I'm school Thern Vithayakom. I'm from Thailand. I select subject area science. Yes, level select 9 country, Thailand. Number of students 35. My lesson map. I select lesson topic ecosystem. Subjective. Understand the interaction of ecosystem component obtained from survey. Key concept. The ecosystem consists of living elements such as plant, animal, microorganisms, and inanimate. SEP element, knowledge, value, moderation. Then, strategy, learn by method, take action, group discussion. assessment, presentation, discussion in class activity, and infographic. Number of hours, 15 hours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ajahn Pacharapon, for your presentation. You put in the starting date. It means that you use it once the school opened last month. So you have started to work with your students.
Yes,
My
yes.
understanding, and you will end by the end of this month. That would be nice, but make sure that when you, I don't know if you follow what this is what you have done before. That would be nice. And I think that when you put the key concept of SEP here, please explain on how you would like to integrate the knowledge, value, and everything, the key concept of SEP. And I think that's it because you have done it. How about you have, do you have your control group as well? Because from our project, we would like to have also our control group. So if you have started, it means that you have followed the instruction of our classroom research already. So please make it clear that, you know, if you follow the instruction or the criteria of our project as well. So that's it. But that was good to hear that you have started on the first day of the school open, because 16 is the first day. 16th of May is the first day of the school. So one thing that I would like to ask, are you sure that you can finish it by the end of this month?
อาจารย์นพศร
อา
คะ
จารย์พัชรพล doesn't matter. You just send it with the more detailed letter. But this is
ครับอาจารย์ขออนุญาตพูดเป็นภาษาไทยนะครับ
ได้เลยค่ะ
อาจารย์ครับคืออันนี้มันเป็นในเรื่องของแพลนนะครับ ก็คือผมพิมพ์เดือนผิดครับ ก็คือจะเริ่มอีกทีเดือนหน้า
เป็น so it's going to be 16th of July.
ครับ
Okay. Thank you very much.
ครับขอบคุณมากครับ
Thank you. So typing error.
So thank you very much ค่ะคุณริยา and อาจารย์นพศร and thank you so much for sharing the lesson map of the ecosystem that's very up to date and very modern and if you want to integrate into the lesson activities. And for the next speaker, I would like to invite Cambodia. Cambodia, are you ready? So I saw here Cambodia Phon Sreng Nang from Hun Sen High School. Phon Sreng Nang, are you ready? Are you with us?
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not yet.
All right, not yet ready. How about the Chung from the Tu Tompong School? Anyone ready from Cambodia? Please raise your hand. You cannot complete the lesson map. Even like you have some idea about the subject and topic, you can share with us. You don't need to show the screen as well. Like you can do the verbal presentation similar to Myanmar. You just explain to us what you plan to do. Okay, Cambodia, may I start again? May I call by the school? Hun Sen Chok High School. Anyone ready to share with us? Hun Sen Chok High School. Okay, Darika, are you ready to share with us? Please unmute yourself. Darika from Mr. Songkha Darika from Hun Sen Chok High School. Okay, please unmute yourself.
Good morning, madam. Could you hear me well?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Let me share my screen to you.
Yes, please.
Good morning, madam, and all researchers here. And I'm here for sharing my lesson mapping for the SEP. For my topic, I choose eye healthy with computer screen as I teach ICT or computer in high school student in grade 10, 11, and 12. And the number of students is 34 per class. The objective is students will learn about proper sitting posture and the importance of maintaining eye contact with the computer screen while using ICT device, because they need to prepare or protect their eye from computer brightness. For the key concept, we have two: sitting attitude using computer or ICT device such as tablet or iPad. Two, eye contact and computer brightness. Students may know how to set their brightness for computer or their screen computer. We apply SEP element here, choosing moderation and reasonableness. We teach students how to sit correctly at their desk or workstation using computer or ICT device such as iPad or tablet. Moderation, we explain signification of maintaining eye contact with the computer screen. And for the reasonableness, we discuss the effect of screen brightness on eye strain and fatigue. For prudent, teach students how to adjust screen brightness for optimal comfort and to reduce brightness to protect the eye. The strategy and activity, we show example of good and bad sitting posture and encourage students to share their experience and observation using visual aid, chart, diagram, or video to demonstrate proper alignment. Such as we could share them the some picture that in the bad attitude or bad sitting in front of the computer. For the assessment, we let them practice and have students practice correct sitting posture and encourage them to apply this principle in their daily computer use. And the number of teaching is 1 hour. So this is my lesson map planning. So all of my present are here. Can you please give me some advice if I do it correctly, or I have any issue related to SEP element?
Thank you, Mr. Darika.
Yes.
I think that this topic is very interesting, not only for your student, but to all of us, because healthy eye is very important. So from your presentation, I think that I'm not going into detail, but I would like to highlight the key concepts. When you talk about moderation, you want to infuse and explain the significance of maintaining eye contact with the computer screen. So you can add in your key concepts the importance or the significance of keeping healthy eyes. So this could be one of the key concepts that you can add. And I think the rest would be fine to me. Yeah, this is what I think that you have done a very good job on this. So this is all. I just want to advise you to add in your key concepts.
Thank you, madam, for your advice.
But that number of hours is going to be 1 hour, or you miss number 5. It's going to be 15 hours, right? On the last column on your right, it has to be 15 hours. Or
Okay.
you have something else? I mean,
I think I have something else, madam. For this lesson topic, maybe I teach them only 1 hour, and we have another
Oh,
topic,
you have
but I'm not done yet.
another 14 hours on.
Yes.
So look forward to hearing more on the 14 hours that you haven't complete. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Darika and Kundriya. Thank you so much for the lesson on eyes healthy. I want to join as well, and my colleagues, DP, want to join as well. So thank you so much for sharing with us. And now may I call or invite the participant from Lao PDR. Anyone ready from Lao PDR, please raise your hand. Okay, so may I call the school from Lao PDR? Thanong Secondary School. Anyone join us from Thanong Secondary School? And another one, Chao Nu Wong Secondary School.
Someone has not finished.
Okay, ค่ะ คุณบุญลือคะ you can share whatever ค่ะ you can share in Lao language and then I will help translate for you if you would like me to help you translation.
Okay, someone has finished.
ค่ะ so คุณบุญลือคะ would you mind to share whatever you have right now so that our participant can hear from you?
Yes, sir.
Okay ค่ะ so we will put you on the screen then so พิมพ์คุณบุญลือนะคะ
Someone have not finished yet.
Not yet finished, but have you decided the subject yet?
Yes.
Okay ค่ะ you can share it ค่ะ you can คุณบุญลือ you can present by verbal you can พูดนะคะ คุณบุญลือสามารถพูดนำเสนอได้ค่ะ
พูดภาษาลาวก็ได้ค่ะ ขอเป็นคอนเซ็ปต์ก่อนก็ได้ แต่ถ้ายังไม่เสร็จนะคะ so you may present your concept if you cannot complete the whole template.
The template? Yes. And we will talk about the lesson map and to talk about the rabbit burning. Rabbit burning for grade 7. Key concept to talk about the engaging and comprehensive lesson plan, focusing on the impact and alternative to rabbit burning feature for healthier environment for the concept. And the elementary to talk about the give the student what the video, how to serve, preserve the rabbits and how to separate the rabbit, recycle the rabbit, and we can use in everyday life. Yes, we have the two idea, concept and safe elementary. That all for my present.
Okay, thank you so much. So คุณบุญลือ presented about the waste burning or rubbish burning, and he mentioned about the waste segregation, or we need to separate the waste in different form, and also he talking about how to get rid of the waste. คุณริยาคะ would you like to give some comments to his lesson map?
Thank you ค่ะอาจารย์บุญเรือน thank you for your presentation. This is also related to the environmental issue as well. So you might add on why we have to work on this topic. Perhaps you can add in the key concept. And because you haven't presented detail, I think that for your lesson mapping and lesson plan, we might have another session with you when you are done with your lesson map. I think that some countries that have not done with your lesson map and lesson plan today, we might have different sessions so that we can, interact with you on your mapping and your plan. So this is all I would like to say for Ajahn Bunlươn presentation. And if you can send it later, we will work on it together. Thank you นะคะ
Thank you very much ค่ะขอบใจหลายๆ อาจารย์บุญลืนนะคะ and คุณดุริยา Thank you very much. So thank you sir. And I think that we have already covered all the countries participating in this orientation already. So I would like to thank to Kun Riya for the useful and very meaningful comments that our teacher can improve the lesson map, and also the effort and the brave of the volunteers who presented to us in this lesson map session. Thank you very much for your active participation and your attention to this session. And next, for the next session, it will go in depth into the lesson planning. So this is the next step. After you doing the lesson map, then the next step is doing the lesson planning. For this activity, may I invite Miss Libby to facilitate the session. Libby, are you ready? Please.
Yes, I'm here. Don't worry, Tuk.
Thank you so much, Libby. Go on.
Thank you, Tuk, and thank you for that session. All right, so the next session, you're probably feeling a bit tired already. You've been thinking a lot, but we're going to carry on with the second workshop, which is about lesson planning. Now, the way we see it, mapping and planning, it's you who are the experts. You know your curriculums, you know what you have to teach, and you are very much used to preparing your own lesson plans. So none of this is going to be new to you. It's just putting it into the framework of this project. So could I have the first slide to see what we're doing today? Okay, so in this session today, each teacher is going to be developing one plan based on your lesson map. Now, some of you haven't got your maps all together yet, but that's not such a big problem. We can still, I'm sure you could still think of a plan that will fit into the bigger picture. Now, the final versions of your plans might not be ready today, but you will have started work on them. But the final versions will be uploaded onto the Google Drive, or you can send them to us as an email attachment, naming your file, as you can see here, set-rich2_ and your name. That will help us locate you on the Google Drive easily. And the final thing, whatever you do today, whether you're finished or not, we would hope you will share your presentations again, as you have just done. Just a short 3-minute presentation maximum, to show us how you are developing your ideas into actual lessons. Okay, so just as a recap, Kun Tuk has focused on the lesson map, which is the bigger picture, the block or chunk of learning, which can be developed into 15 hours of teaching materials. How many lessons you'll need to develop depends on the length of the lessons that you teach. When I was teaching, my lessons used to be 90 minutes long. So for 15 hours of teaching, I would need to prepare 10 lessons. You might be teaching for 1 hour, one class for 1 hour, in which case you'll be looking at developing 15 plans. Or you might be teaching for 45 minutes, in which case you will need more plans. Anyhow, that's the bigger picture. Today, we're only focusing on one lesson plan per teacher. And you will have 20, sorry, somebody's just taking a picture of me. And you will have 20 minutes to prepare. So, and the task today, your task is to infuse the elements of SET into your lessons, to decide how to make your lessons SET rich. You'll need to decide what activities you will do, how you're going to do it. Will you introduce the topic using pictures or other prompts? Will you set up an activity where students exercise moderation, reasonableness, and prudence? What are these activities going to be? This is your decision time on this. Unlike the lesson map, where you were given a template, we're not providing a template here because you already have your own format for writing your lesson plans. We just want you to use the format that you are expected to give to your schools or for your and in your country. So existing plans, you probably already have plans prepared. In fact, some of you have downloaded sample lesson plans already as requested by Abby. So we know that you have your own plans ready to go. But as I said before, what you're doing now is looking back at these plans and seeing where you will infuse SEP, how you will make them SEP rich. So yeah, as the last point on that first slide said, you're going to be presenting your ideas just as you've done now with Kuntuk. We will be asking representatives, one representative from each country, to show us how you've been getting on in this session. Okay, I just would like to give you some reminders about what we've been looking at over the last few days. Now, you might want to draw on inspiration from QPAR that was mentioned by Dr. Priyanut on the first day. QPAR being the questioning, and it's used widely in Thai schools. So you're questioning, planning, thinking about what actions you'll take and how you're going to reflect on this. As a teacher, that's what you'll be doing. And students too can also be providing their feedback. They will question what they're doing. They'll plan how to do certain things, take certain actions, and reflect on what's happening. So QPAR is one of the tasks that you can enjoy. And that featured, if you remember, also in Ajahn Sasi's sample lesson. When she was talking to you, she mentioned her double QPAR. So QPAR is one of your possibilities. Let's try and reflect, go back again to what Dr. Priyanut was saying in her presentation and look at the slide 3, which is the questions that she brought up. So here were the questions to guide you as you're planning. Just to run through those again. So what are we attempting to do? Why are we doing this? What will be the results if we do this? Are we ready to do this? Do we have the resources, everything that we need to go about it? What are fundamental ethics to succeed in the work that we should be aware of? Do we have enough knowledge to do this? If not, what type of knowledge do we still need? And how can we acquire the necessary knowledge? How will we do this? What are the sequences, the order of things to complete the work successfully? Are there any risks involved that may present as obstacles to success? So these were questions that Dr. that were presented to you by Dr. Priyanut in the first day. Sorry about that. Okay, so just as a reminder of those. And then if we think about what are we hoping to achieve by doing all of this, you need to show what you hope the impact will be in your lesson plan. So could we move on to slide 4? Okay. And for SEP, the important thing is that there are impacts across different areas of our lives. 4 areas: economic, social, environmental, and cultural. So whatever you're doing in the class, you need to be thinking, how will this affect have economic effects? How will it have social effects? What are the environmental impacts of this? And what does this mean in terms of culture? Yesterday, Mr. Darrell talked to us through his lesson map and plan. And if we go back to his topic of heart attacks, for example, what would be the economic impact of teaching students about heart attacks? Well, I think one of the, just to give you an idea, some of the healthier, by leading healthier lives and reducing the risk of heart attacks, we can expect to save money. We don't have to pay hospital fees. We won't need to be spending a lot on doctors or medicines. So there is economic impacts for each of us. The social impacts, if we're healthier and leading better lives, we'll be able to spend more time with family and friends. So if you're sick, you can't necessarily do that. But if you are well, you can balance your time between work and family and enjoy that time, quality time together. Environmental impacts of teaching about heart attacks. How very strange. What a connection we're going to make here. Well, possibly because you are no longer having to travel to the hospital or to see a doctor, then you're not going to be having such a big carbon footprint. You're not using transport. You're not polluting the air. And what about cultural impacts? By raising awareness about health and well-being, you might draw on local knowledge and wisdom through traditional medicines or techniques and approaches to improve physical and mental health. So even heart attacks are going to have impacts across these 4 dimensions. Think about your projects, your plans, your lesson plan, and think how it's going to have those impacts. And please show us them as your outputs in your lesson plan. So at this point, I'm going to leave you with the idea of these words of moderation, reasonableness, and prudence, which is what Darrell said he kept in his mind all the time that he was planning. I hope they're going to be buzzing around your head too. And to think about the QPAR, the questions that Dr. Priyanut suggested, and also to think about these outputs, what you're going to achieve. So during the next 20 minutes, when you're working on your plans, have those 3 things in mind constantly. And as I said before, after the presentations, we will be asking one representative from each country to share what you have done. It might not be complete, but we'll take whatever you have so far. It might be the whole plan, it might be an activity, whatever you can do in the next 20 minutes. And remember, oh, well, some of you will have different strategies. We can work around the language problems. So as you have seen, so let's just do that. So lesson planning, you have 20 minutes and we would like one lesson plan from each teacher, every teacher to develop a lesson plan. Okay, I'm going to hand over to you now. This is your time. So using your maps, think about the individual lessons that's going to involve. Are there any questions from you at this point? Okay, I think I'll leave you to get on with this and we'll come back to you in 20 minutes. Could I just remind you, you have 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes to work on your plans. Hello, everybody. We just got one, well, if you should be finishing off now, whatever part of your lesson plan you're working on. Don't worry if you don't have a complete plan. As I said before, we can look at a whole plan if you have managed that. We can look at an activity if you just have one activity with your set infused elements. Happy to take whatever you have. So can you, perhaps as a sign that you're here, could you show yourselves on the cameras? Turn your camera on. Thank you for coming back. Darika, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
Oh, we have Indonesia, and yeah, and hi, Yulinda, nice to see you.
Hi, ma'am.
Pontip as well. Chanti from Zen School. Okay. Yeah, you're all coming back in now, I can see. Cambodia. And Sere and what was this? From Savon, from Cambodia. Okay. All right. I think we need to really get a start now on the presentation. So could we have this next slide? So the presentation of your lesson plans. Ideally, it would be nice if you would volunteer. But if you don't, I will be selecting people or pushing people to take part. We'd like one presenter from each country. So we want to hear something from each of the countries involved in the workshop.
Yeah, teacher, let me.
Oh, we've got a first volunteer from Cambodia.
Yeah.
You jumped in really quickly, Kunriti. That's nice to speak. Nice of you to do that.
Let me say
So can you share your lesson plan with us?
that I don't know what the form. Okay.
Do you have a Word document that you can share with us, or a PowerPoint?
Document, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay, you see it?
We can see it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, professor and everyone. Yeah, this is my lesson plan. I don't know how to form the rewrite, but I follow just the question, clarification, and reflection. And here, did you recommend about the meaning that connect with sub or not? Yes, the subject area is thermodynamics and grade 10. Yeah, and the student is 45 students in the class here. And the lesson plan is temperature is the part of chapter. And the question one, before I start the lesson, I will ask the student the question for them to search it. Okay, the first question, what is temperature? The second, what is heat? Okay. The third question, how do you know an object is hot or cold? How are cold or hot? How are you cold or hot? Yeah. How do you know? Sorry. How do you know? Yeah. How do you know you are cold or hot? Or hot, yeah. And the fifth question, did the ice is melted? And why the ice at North Pole is melted more and more from year to year? How do you apply temperature and heat in the real life? This question is the question that the student to search about the meaning of temperature, and temperature and heat are related to each other. And about the plan, the student working in group. After I give the questions, I let the student work in group. And student also can search from the Google and PET, PHET. It is the simulation survey online, yeah, that the student can search and do the simulation to understand about the temperature and heat. And the action here, each group explain or answer the above question. So after the time limit that I gave them, each group to do, and then they will, each group will presentation. And the reflection, I will reflection on the each question to them. Yeah, this is my lesson plan. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ricky. Can I
Yeah.
now call upon, perhaps we should start this time with Ajahn Malika from Walalat University, if she would like to make some comments on the lesson plan.
Thank you very much, teacher from Cambodia. I really like the idea of you doing lesson plan on temperature. What I did not see is that
Ajahn, we're having difficulty hearing at the moment.
how this would related to set concept. What I would like to suggest is that
Can you put the mic closer to your mouth? I think we cannot hear you clearly.
can you hear as well? Yeah.
Not that clear, well, yeah.
Not clear yet, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ajahn, can we come back to you and when you've resolved the sound issue, and we'll start with Kunduria perhaps?
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Ajahn Ricky, for your lesson plan. I think this is related to the global warming issue in the world. Then, yeah. And my understanding is that the question is your topic for 15 hours. So this is quite relevant and related to the situation right now. But perhaps I would like to advise or comment that you might be able to add more on the topic why the global warming issue is so important and related to us. This is what I think that you might be able to add. And for the technology that you will use is very nice. You will use the interactive technology to your student. It sounds interesting. And the feedback, I mean, the reflection, you might have a small quiz for your students related to the topic, it is fine. But it could be like not just ask your student to have the feedback to the question, but perhaps a quiz or some kind of test would be. And I like the idea of yesterday's when you have the competition, you might add up the competition, because I think that for the global warming is quite interesting and easy to have some kind of competition. So this is all I would like to say. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you very much. Oh, please go ahead, Kunriti.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. And I noticed that Ajahn Malika, you've given some response and feedback in the chat box. I'm sorry we can't pick you up on the mic. I don't know what that's about. So if we look at what Ajahn Malika was saying, suggestions on temperature, and I'd like to give some suggestions on temperature and add SEP elements in this. You could ask your students to think about how what they could do to reduce the temperature increasing in your local areas. So set it into context, yeah. For example, set air conditioning at 25 degrees or lower, whatever. Using some fan to increase the airflows, building houses in different ways with airflow, planting trees. So that would give nice practical applications to the knowledge you're teaching, giving them something that they could do in their everyday lives.
Yes, thank you. Actually, in Cambodia, from grade 7 to 12, not have the science book. It is the subject book like physics book, chemistry book, biology book. It is an individual book. So this is the title of the lesson. Yes. So not the science. So this is I really like this one. Thank you for your comment, professors. Yeah.
Thank you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Riti.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any volunteers from other countries? Have we got anybody from Indonesia, Laos, Myanmar, Thailand? Does anybody like to share what they have done? Perhaps from Indonesia? Perhaps we could go to SMP Lab School, Keboyaran. Miss Lilis, or any of her colleagues, would you like to share something? Miss Lily? It's on. I can see you there raising your hand. I can come back to you in a minute.
Okay.
Indonesia. Oh, Rostiana. I was just wondering if we could.
From Myanmar. Yes, from Myanmar.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's proceed with Myanmar then, as our Indonesian colleagues might not be ready. So, it's on. Would you like to continue?
About my lesson plan, please.
Oh, would you like to proceed with your lesson plan?
Can you hear, please?
Oh, no, you're getting a little echo.
Yes, okay.
That's better.
The topic I like to present is about culprits in the climate change crisis. The topic is culprits in the climate change crisis. I teach my students it in grade 9, and I will make my lesson plan as following. There are over 35 students, about 35 students, and I will take about 2 hours for this topic. And I like to keep my objectives is to know how helpful widgets are and to present, to reduce, to prevent, to reduce using plastic bags and styrofoam pouches, to preserve, to be able to keep our environment we live, and to all students to preserve the environment we live to be clean and very stylish environment, to create very stylish environment. And next, and key as a key concept, I want all of my students to preserve our environment and next obeying rules and regulations of the environment to keep green and clean. And SCP element of value is I will ask my students to value their daily life, and that is not to waste their rubbish carelessly, and to be careful and to keep green and clean is their own responsibilities. I want to know and share about this. And I will apply and share knowledge as you are precious knowledge, valuable knowledge to my students, and I will tell as much as I can. I have just noted that they are not valuable knowledge as my own program. And then as activities, our school has a habit of taking their rubbish, taking my students' rubbish to their homes. By doing so, their parents may know what kind of foods they eat and how not to eat harmful foods and drinks. It's a good habit of our school, and then we have a habit of doing to clean their rubbish systematically and carefully to their rubbish dustbin. And I also want to know to keep and to appreciate their life and their daily and that is their daily life as much as they can. And I also want to educate to my students and to keep our school green and clean. And I like to invite all of you to visit and see to my green and clean school. And please, may I invite all of you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. You're very enthusiastic and presentation with lots of ideas in there. Perhaps I don't know if Ajahn Malika, your sound has improved yet, or if you're going to stay in the chat box, or if perhaps Dr. Krip would like to make comments, or Kunjintani, Ajahn Chintani. Okay, I'll come back to you. And how about Kunduria, the director of SEAMEO SEPS?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for the idea of, very enthusiastic and very interesting lesson plan. I think that, and thanks for your invitation to us to visit your school as well, so that we can see. I think that what you just presented is very practical in terms of in your school and perhaps in your community. So I think that I encourage you to continue to elaborate more on your lesson plan. So that is a nice topic, and with the size of your students, 35, let's say that you have to find the control group as well. So I don't know how many students in your level, because right now it's you talk about the grade 9 only, but in your lesson map you have more than grade 9 student. So this is what I would like to ask you to highlight, that you have to match the lesson map and the lesson plan. So this is all I would like to say for now, but it's quite interesting, especially when you write in the chat box that how to reduce using vehicles. So it's related directly to the daily life, and it's quite easy for you to infuse the SEP elements, because you can also relate to moderation. I think first you can relate to the link to the knowledge, skills, and moderation, prudence. What I miss is reasonableness. Perhaps you talk about it, but I did get it. But you have prudence and moderation in your lesson plan already. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I see from the chat box, Ajahn Malika was asking you to confirm what is your big topic. I think your big topic was climate change crisis. You're trying to address climate change. And if I'm not mistaken, it's in lots of different ways. So you're looking at waste management. You came on to nutrition linked to that at one point. And you're also looking at using vehicles. I'm not sure how that links into your waste management and your nutrition aspects. Do you want to expand on that, Kun Om? Is the big topic climate change crisis?
This topic covers in the climate change crisis, of course.
And your subtopics are the waste management, and then from that, nutrition. You've got a lot of teaching here, a lot of material.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
I think she also talking about the reducing the using vehicles.
Oh, sorry.
But I'm not clear of I mean, of course, some kind of alternative vehicle will be used instead of, you know, using the vehicles that consume the like energy and will have impact to the environment. But make it clear that why you have to reduce using vehicles.
Actually, you've made
I think that's the topic. Yeah.
You've made the same mistake as me, Doria. That's from Kun Shvei, so that's a different topic altogether. It's a different person. This Kun Om is talking about the waste management and nutrition, and then yes, for Shvei.
Oh, sorry.
You did the same.
That's different. Yeah. From different school or different teacher.
Yeah. Sorry if we confused you there. We didn't mean to.
Yeah, sorry about that, Miss Oma.
So Ajahn Malika suggests narrowing the topic down and putting clear objectives and goals. I think now you need to look perhaps at the format of the lesson plans that you need to present in your school and fit everything into that. Yeah.
My suggestion is that it might be easier for her to select one particular topic, for example, like zero waste from the student, and see how SEP integrated in her lesson plan, and then what would happen to her student after she implemented on one subject, instead of have using bicycle to reduce CO2 emission. You know, you have many topics. It's probably difficult to see how each topic would answer SEP in SEP philosophy.
Ajahn Malika, I think you made the same mistake as myself and Doria, that the electric vehicles or different vehicles is another person. We've all fallen into that part. But yeah, waste management as your main topic would be provide lots of materials for 15 hours teaching. Sorry, thank you very much, Om. Shall we move on?
I would like to add that right now the waste management Thailand very popular in we call biocircular green economy. If you can change that trash or any waste into money, okay, like selling some plastic bottle or some like food, like lunch food wasting thing. If you can have students raising chicken using all those lunch that been throwing in trash, okay, so that will the student selling eggs from the chicken that the student using the food that wasted from lunch. Those kind of things that might support students in terms of understand SEP and also bringing the economic section, which is that is one of the four pillar or dimensions that SEP try to integrate in. Okay, good luck. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Om. And perhaps we have, maybe I could just consult Abby here at the moment. Do you think we still have enough time for another presentation?
Probably one more, Libby.
Okay, could from Laos, Laos or Thailand or Indonesia, do we have anybody who would like to volunteer a lesson plan? Any volunteers from Indonesia? Lilis, Miss Lilis. Anybody? Or Miss Leslie? Indonesia are staying very quiet here.
Yeah.
It's Yolinda? Who are we getting?
Ibu Yulinda.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
welcome, Madam Yolinda. Sorry, I didn't see who was coming in on my small screen.
Yes, but I'm not done in SEP elements, but I want to try to share my design. It's okay?
Okay.
Okay. That's my design for reset mapping. I teach the 9th grade in junior high school level. Number student in my class, 30 student in one class. I take the lesson topic about the biotechnology and objectivities to explain the definition of biotechnology, to distinguish conventional biotechnology from modern one, explain various impact caused by the application of biotechnology, to give example the product of biotechnology, especially in the conventional product with the fermentation process. So the concept science, I hope in this lesson about the biotechnology, contrast between conventional and modern. Example daily application of biotechnology, especially in conventional biotechnology, and how to the impact of biotechnology application in social economic fields, environmental fields, the field of health, and ethnic moral in this topic. Strategy in my class. First, metaforming concept to build the idea from my student about approach for biotechnology concept, and we making a discussion group about the reflection what biotechnology conventional to imply to our daily life, and research what a kind biotechnology conventional issue can help our life about diversification food, new food source, overcome food shortage, and etc. And after that, my student will be discovery about they're making a little company. The company is about the fermentation food. They choose one the fermentation process, and we hope the food can solve the problem about the variety food, something like that. And they make application, they practice how to make that food, make a brochure, how to marketing their product. They make the design product, and the end of the project, they will be sell their product, and it can be the result for the sell the product. They can share with the another people who need in our society at the school. Maybe like that for the assessment, written test for the SI and multiple choice for the metaforming concept, the concept biotechnology conventional concept, and perform tests with practice how to make the food product. And the presentation, they present the company profile product. Okay, thank you.
It's still
Sorry, I'm not out mute. Thank you very much, Yolinda. That was a very detailed return to the lesson mapping, but where you're clearly discussing with your colleagues ideas for the actual lesson plans. So your explanations there were very interesting. Let me pass now to Ajahn Malika first this time on your any advice or tips she might have, any comments.
I'm not sure about your idea on biotechnology. Do you plan to have some students doing some lab work on making, I don't know, what kind of biotechnology classes that you plan to do? If you can narrow down some activity in the chat box, maybe I can provide some suggestion that tailor-made to your class. Okay, thank you. I mean, it's hard to see how that related to SEP if we do not see examples that you are going to use for your students. Thank you.
And Kunduria?
Thank you, Libby. Well, I think the topic is quite hard, like Ajahn Malika just said, but I think that the presentation is well explained. When the last part she explains, Miss Yolinda explained how to teach the ethics or moral on bioethics, I mean biotechnology. So that is could be one thing that you can link to the concept of SEP. So you have the teaching on the ethics and moral of the biotechnology into that part. So that would link to, I think, prudence, or I don't know, prudence would be better if you talk about ethics and moral, and also virtues as well. And I'm not quite clear when you put on the last column that you have 8 hours with eight multiplied by 40 minutes. Is that only in your biotechnology issue? And then you have more on the, I don't know, the bigger picture of your lesson mapping. But this is just only one topic that you will be teaching within 8 hours. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. In my lesson plan, I thought for the egg meeting in my class one meeting for 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Okay.
Yes. The 8 meetings for we start from the concept of biology, and making a group and how the student explore. I think until the assessment, I need a meeting.
Okay, so you can explain more, or you can put more information later. I think within 20 minutes that you have time to develop your lesson plan, you have done a very good job, and
Thank you.
quite detailed in terms of how you think that how you plan in your lesson. That's good enough. Thank you very much. And I think that for the products, if you talk about consumption, you can also link to the some key concept of the set as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
And look forward to seeing more in your lesson plan. Thank you very much.
Okay, so as a closing, just to remind you all, so we've done the presentations, but you will be expected to continue working on your lesson maps and on your lesson plans. And if my colleagues could just show you the final slide. Okay, so we would like you to submit your final lesson maps and lesson plans to us. We'll give you 2 weeks to work on this, to finalize them. So you need to finish these by 24th of June. And you need to upload your final lesson plans and maps into Google Drive, or you can send them to us as an email attachment. You should name your file SEPRICH2, putting your name so that we can easily reference you as the file name. And the email address to send those to would be secretariat@seameoseps.org. Now we want to receive 1 lesson plan from every teacher. Okay. So this is your responsibility over the next 2 weeks to finish those lesson maps and lesson plans. Thank you very much for participating in this session and for sharing your ideas. That was really a lot of work, and it's all been onto you this morning. So thank you so much for your participation. I'll hand you over now to Kuntuk for the next session.
Thank you very much, Libby, and all participating teachers, and you're active, working on the lesson plan. Thank you so much. So may I move to the next session since we are running out of the time. So for the next presentation, may I invite Ms. Abigail, who will give you a brief about the research tools and pointers. Abigail, are you ready? Please.
Thank you, my colleague Piapa. I'd like to say thank you, first of all, to all teachers who presented their lesson maps and their lesson plans. Thank you so much for the active participation, and it inspires us to really chase you to submit your full lesson map and lesson plan, because we are excited to see the entire plan that you have for 15 hours. We have been talking about the procedures and how you will teach and how you will handle your classrooms using SEPRICH lesson plans. If you recall, we said that we also request the teachers to gather data in the actual teaching and learning. I will very quickly present to you the research tools and pointers for our study. I will not go through all the details because these are forms, ready forms that we will just send you, not the entire thing at one time. Some we will send to you at the beginning of the study. Most of it will be at the end of the study. So what you see on the screen is a list of all the classroom research tools that we will use. If you notice, some of them will be completed by your principals. Some principals are still online with us. Some of the forms will be completed by the teachers. And yet some forms are intended for your students. Again, allow me to go through the details of these forms in our email follow-up with you. So we move to the next slide. I just want to share with you that these are the tools we need to accomplish before we start teaching using SEP-rich lesson plans. Number one is the participants profile form. Around 85% of the participants have completed this and sent to us, so thank you. Number two is school's profile form. The principal will take care of this. And research tool 3A and 3B is just the profile of your class. Remember your study group, your research group, and then your control group. And research tool 5A is a questionnaire for the teachers, which we will send to you in the next 2 days. Research tool number 6 is pre-test for students. And there is one there that says consent form. So I will just quickly browse through and give you an idea of what the tools are. So next slide. This is just, you see, it's not difficult because it's only 2 pages. This is the profile form. Most of you have already completed. We just need to understand whether you have background in research and then what is it that you did in your master's in your university, etc. Next one is the school profile form, which is just 1 page, and the principal will kindly take care of this. The next one is the class profile form for the research group, only a page, which is the same with the next slide, which is for your control group class. Moving on, this is now the questionnaire that you will receive from SEAMEO SEPs in the next 2 days. These are just questions that we need you to answer. And most of the questions we have already asked you in some of the activities. If you remember the mindset and the values activity, this is very similar. And the last two, this is the pre-test for students. It's quite a lot, but this is multiple choice. So this is that's not going to be very difficult for your students. Moving on. Now, dear teachers, I need your full attention on this. For the research, we need to issue consent form. This is SEAMEO SEPs and the research team with Walilac University asking permission from teachers, from principals, from the students that the data we will gather is something that we can use and you allowed us. So we have a form that we will send to teachers and students because we need to comply with the law in Thailand called Thailand's Personal Data Protection Act that requires us to seek consent of people that we will be involving in our projects and we will be collecting data. So the next slide will show us the form, which is just requesting the signature of the teacher and the principal as well as the parents of the students, because we assume that they are below 18 years old. And so we need the parents to give consent so we can use the data from the research. Next. All right. I'd like to just end here. And as I mentioned, we will be sending these research tools to you by email, bit by bit. So we hope not to burden you, but to give you time to accomplish them, to complete them. And again, we will provide you all the details on the dates, when do we need to do this, and the other procedures. So let me end with that and give the floor back to our MC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abigail, for the very clear instruction. And next, now we would like to hear from you how you feel about the orientation and the research study. And may I invite Ms. Atisha and Ms. Abigail to facilitate the session.
Okay. Thank you once again. You're gonna see me. Let's have a very quick reflection on these almost like 3 days workshop. And I know that today is quite very busy and quite tight for you guys. But however, just have a few minutes to recap on your learning or how you become a researcher from now on. Okay. Again, please, I think you already know about the process of this answer. Let's reflect on how this workshop went for almost 3 days. Okay, a quick one run through. What is the most exciting aspect of the research for me, which is for us and for you in particular? Would you mind, again, you have 2 channels to get back to us. One, put on, use these, scan your mobile phone, and then you type on the chat box. Just let us know and share with us the most exciting aspect of the research for us, actually for us, for you and for us. Just have a very quick run through. Are you guys still with me now? Everyone hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Teachers' presentations. The most exciting aspect of the research. Kindly share with us, know something new, very nice compliment. Before we going for the lunch, may I have your feedback and respond, please? Get new lesson plan, presentation, SDG and its SEP, learning new method, presentation, actions. Teacher's explanations, teacher's idea, sharing. Oh my God, the actions. I need to make it a little bit bigger. Okay. New presentation, check, good. Make learning, share, good. Oh, I have problem with the color right now. Anyone help me to read? In my screen, it's very blur. Share.
Making an impact,
Change
change experience,
okay.
making presentation, teacher's idea, know
Yeah.
something new,
Explore new concepts.
learning new method.
Okay, I think that should be enough for the first question.
Yeah.
We can have a lot of sharings, which is very good. New concept in particular, explanation, experience. Okay, shall we go for the next question, please? What worried me, which is asked about my role as a researcher. I think this is not a very hard, that's what worried us. May I have a response from the participant, please? I think we all worried a lot in terms of how do we do the lesson plan, how do we develop the lesson map. Time, of course. Time consuming is very important for us. Everyone agree on the time? Workload at school, material researching. Student can't adopt research forms, school assignment, my commitment. Budget. How to process it. And I can failure. Arrange the schedule. Exchange knowledge, language, dishonesty, research form, language, dishonest budget, many schools tasks, coordinator with teachers, arrange the schedule, exchange ideas, good, mentorship and guidance. I saw something in blue color, but I cannot read it. Academic result, time presentations.
Students can't adopt.
Yeah, student can't adopt. Academic result, research form.
Yeah.
Exchange idea.
Exchange
Okay.
knowledge.
Exchange knowledge. So that's worry us the most. There are a lot like including like student, your task itself, the schools and budgeting language also mentioned here. All right, so shall we move to the question number 3, please? Thank you very much.
Okay.
How do I do about it?
Yeah, thanks, yes.
Okay, after you worried, this is your leading solutions. Leading solutions. Okay. Okay, sorry, I got interruption. Exchange. Okay, thank you. I got very from Myanmar, exchange ideas for, okay, for this number 2 question. Now we can see the interesting one from the bar graph. Consult other relevant people. If you worried from the question number 2, ask SEAMEO to do coaching and mentoring become 5. We have 6 participants agree on these items. And number 1 will ask my school principal to support. So thank you to come back, and you also would like us to coaching as the SEAMEO coaching and mentoring. The number reduced for the consultant, others relevant people. Luckily, you always think about us as a center to help you. Now we have 19 responses. 20, 21 now. 22. Wow.
Yeah.
Let I confirm that, of course, you're gonna have our as a SEAMEO
You
center
want me
to
just
help you
continue?
guys.
Yeah.
17, yeah. All right, we have now 24 responses, and number 17 of you would like us to help for coaching and mentoring continue. Yes, of course, we will continue to work with you on that request. Okay. Shall we move to the next question? I will go. Okay, I will go to Thailand. Thank you. Okay, next one, Kun Avi, would you like to continue?
All right. Okay, we do it
Thank you
together.
very much. Okay.
All right. So, dear teachers, bear with us. This activity is very important to us to get your feedback. This is our basis of our next actions. Like in question number 3, you said what to do with your worries. Bring them to SEPs. Most of you said that. Now, moving on to question number 4. Now, this is important. Anything else that we missed to discuss in the past 3 days? Is there anything that you think we should still do? We still have many weeks to go. Oh, wow, nothing. Thank you. But if you think you really need us to know something that we should have done or we still can do in the next few days, please let us know. Anything else that we missed? Exact form to work. All right. The form, research form, or the guidelines. This is school time. Knowledge. All right. So still missing on knowledge. Anything else? Please let us know. You can be more specific. Nothing. Okay. You have 2 for nothing. Offline conference. All right. Like you mean face to face? Let's see if that's possible. Anything else? We want to hear from you some more. It says 10. Okay. Budget. Okay. Maybe we will have time in a bit to talk about a little bit of budget. Anything else, teachers? Offline. All right. You really want us to meet. SEP values. SEP materials for review. All right. It shows you need more content. You need more materials. Anything else? For those that cannot access the Mentimeter using your phone, please feel free to put your ideas in the chat box. Yeah, Miss Kinkinley, we see that it's school time. Miss Sweo. Yeah, you mean it's school time? So like you have work in school, then you have to do the research. Anything new? Yes. More than workshop. Let's do more than workshop. Okay. You can tell us exactly what is it. Miss Inasri said she will go to Thailand. Okay, that's nice. We can get together. Anything else? Shall we move to the next question then? Now, any important reminder for all of us? For teachers, for research team, SEAMEO, SEPS, and Walailak University team, anything that you would like to remind us? Generally speaking, not just about the research. Anything? You can actually enter 3 answers if you are using the platform. Okay, no reminders for us? this time? Or maybe you thought that it's similar to question number 4. Anything else that we missed? Then we can do together. Probably, oh, the exact platform, balanced life. Oh, that's good. To balance our lives and the exact platform. In any case that you have very specific message to tell us, for example, the exact platform, you can email to us and explain further. What is it that you wanted to say? Send assignment earlier. Thank you. Thank you for that. And apologies if it was not sent earlier. Workshop face-to-face. We'll check with our boss if that is possible at all. But that's a nice idea. We wish we could also meet you in person. I think our center director mentioned that the school in Chiang Rai, we might meet you in the next few weeks. Workshop. You mean more workshop? Okay, face-to-face as well. So these are more like suggestions. SEPs. Yeah. Remind SEPs of the SEP probably. The concept of sufficiency economy philosophy. Meet in person. Wow. Would like to do that. Send email for materials. Yes, ma'am and sir. We will do that. Miss Weswe also indicated balanced life. And Miss Kinkinle, yeah, it's school time. We already read that. Mentorship, yes, we will do that definitely. We will have sessions, mentoring. Thank you for affirming that. Okay, need a record Zoom review. You mean the video, the recording. All right, good idea. If you really need it, we can send it to you. Reply, visit. You want us to visit you in your school. Anything else, yes? Send materials. What is it? You can open your mic, yes. New friends. Oy, and yes, you can open your audio so you can help read. Anything else? One or two more? Or probably let's move to the last question, Oy. All right, this is important. What is your most important takeaway? Like, we finish this noontime and you go back to teaching. What is it that the most important thing that retains in your mind, that is retains in your heart? What is it? Please tell us. What is one thing that you will bring with you after this workshop? Anything? Like important message? School time again? New lesson plan? Really the work? Anything that you feel so good about after this 3-day workshop? Or anything that is so new to you after this workshop? New lesson plan, make lesson plan, new lesson plan. Okay, good reflection from Sep. Thank you. Anything else? That's the most important. Yes, you help me read. Motivation. Science about SEP and SDG. Meaningful teaching. Few more. I'm getting echo. Integration of SEP in school. That's nice. The pink ones are not easy to read. New mindset about SEP. Right, science about SEP and SDG. All right. I think this is good enough. We have enough of your feedback on the most important takeaway from this workshop. Okay, one just came in. Lesson mapping with SEP. You still think of the assignment. Meaningful teaching. Thank you. All right. Thank you for your feedback on the 6 questions. I'd like to just continue on with some announcements and follow-up activities. In the next few weeks, SEAMEO SEPs will be communicating to you mostly by email. You will notice that last week, we even tried to call you, send you WhatsApp and line and text messages. So if you think that you want us to communicate with you by WhatsApp or line, we have a line group of batch 1. We will create a WhatsApp, a line group for batch 2, whichever is more popular or easier for you to use in your country. But when both these are not feasible, email is always there. And from time to time, we take effort to ring you by phone. And I hope you don't mind that. But if you do, please tell us. We have some follow-up activities in our slide. You can see that we will organize online meeting and mentoring session by country. We will ask your opinion about it, although we heard in your feedback just now that you want mentoring session. Not sure about face-to-face, but we will definitely have mentoring session. For example, for countries that may speak the same language, we may put you together and we may invite other people that can help us translate your languages with us. So we will let you know about these things. As I've mentioned, we will have regular email follow-up from the research team. Number 3 and 4 are important. So please, teachers, if you're listening, if there are principals, we need a school coordinator from among you. It could be the principal, or the principal may assign a teacher to be the coordinator, so that if we really need to relay important message, we might be able to call the coordinator, and that coordinator will relay messages to all the teachers and the principal. Number 4, the SEAMEO SEPs is providing, we call it internet allowance, and we will provide it to you through bank transfer. So we will communicate to you whether the principal allows the coordinator or the principal to receive the amounts for all the teachers. So SEAMEO SEPs will transfer the funds only once. And for that purpose, we will be requesting your school to provide us one bank account details. So it's just one account by school. Number 5, SEAMEO SEPs as a regional center reports to the ministries of education of your countries. So we will be coordinating with them. We will be providing reports to them. If we cannot contact you, we will ask help from your ministries of education to help us contact you. And they did that in many cases for batch 2. And finally, there will be a feedback and reflection session happening towards the end of August or early September. We will get in touch with you on the schedule. Thank you. And may I give the floor back to our MC, please.
Thank you very much, Abigail, for the announcements. And I hope that everybody understand very well about the process and what you have to do next. So to end the session, may I invite Dr. Malika from Valailak University and Ms. Duriya, our Center Director, for the closing message. And shall we start with Dr. Malika first? Dr. Malika, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your commitment to making a difference. This workshop has equipped you with the knowledge and tools to implement SEP in your classroom. As we wrap up this workshop, I challenge you to take action on what you have learned. Develop a lesson plan to implement in your classroom. Remember, small changes can lead to big results. Let's hold each other accountable and support each other on this journey. Together, we can achieve great things. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the very short and nice closing message. And next, may I invite Khun Duriya for the closing message to all our participants.
Thank you, Kuntuk. Well, I would like to first thanks to all the active participation from all of you. And this is just the beginning of your work. So there might be a lot of tasks for you, but please bear in mind that this project is very important for your students, and it will be very useful for your students. So please, like Ajamalika just mentioned, that we count on your commitment to this project. And please also remember that we would like to see one lesson plan from each teacher, but you may discuss among your teachers in the school on how you will develop your lesson plan. But we would like to see one teacher have their own lesson plan. And for your suggestion on the face-to-face activities, well, I will see how I can manage to make it happen next year, because now that you've been with us for 3 years and you are our alumni already. So I will see what I can do for the face-to-face activities. But from today until the end of the project, we will meet online for this year. And for the mentorship and some guidance that you might need from us, please feel free to contact SEAMEO, SEPS, and Valailak University. If you have anything that we can provide for you, we will try our best to accommodate whatever we can do to make this project possible and make your lesson plan possible to your school. And for some countries, we are happy, more than happy, to have a separate session for you. For example, we talked that we might have some session for some country that Abigail just mentioned, that if you use the same language, we might be more than happy to have the session, particular for your schools, for your countries together. And for some countries, some schools, we will be happy if we will have a chance to visit face-to-face with you. And we will start by meeting the school in Chiang Rai within a few weeks. We will be in Chiang Rai, and for the Thern Vitiyakom, please wait for us to be in your school. I think around mid of June we will be there. And for Miss Free, if you come to Thailand, please let us know so that we can, meet you face to face. And for some other schools as well, if you just happen to come to Thailand, let us know. And For the assessment, I think that would be the last part for us. Once we finish the project, I think we will do the evaluation. It might be selective because I cannot cover to meet all of you face to face, but we will be select some schools that we might be able to visit for the evaluation, monitoring and evaluation part. So in short, I would like to thank all of you for your active participation. Thanks to Walai Lak University team. Thanks to our team from SEAMEO SEP. I think we have quite a few numbers, such a small team, but very efficient. Thanks to Abigail for your active participation and work with the, colleague from schools, and you will have to work with them. So our contact person will be Abigail. Thanks to our MC, Kubiapa, you have done a very good job during these 3 days. Thanks to Libby and Art for your reflection session, and thanks to our back office staff, Yard and I don't see you on screen. Can you show your face there? This is two young guys who help with us at the back office. So thank everybody and see you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Have a very good afternoon. Bye.
Thank you very much, Ka Kundriya and Dr.
Thank you
Malika
so
for the
much.
closing message. And all the presentation file and materials as well as the group photo will be sent to you by email, and also the photos that the best and happiest photo that we took this morning already shared to you in the chat box. And I hope to see you again in the next session. And thank you so much and have a very nice afternoon and today. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you for
Thank you. Nice to
all the
see you.
presenters.